I actually haven't had any wild turkey today at all, so
I know.
Obviously a high time.
Darn it, we're gonna fix that.
This just sounds like a cowboy drink, And a cowboy would clearly be drinking straight bourbon,
That's right.
Straight rye, what have you. Usually the brown goods.
What have you?
Definitely.
I have bourbon.
And it's like that's much more predictable than what pirates drank. People think rum. I think historically pirates drank what they could get their hands on.
Hello to the people
Mostly
watching
Madeira.
on YouTube.
Hey,
I can't see your names, but thank you for joining us. All right, let's get back to.
we have two figural glasses here. Now the glasses, I think these came from Fish's Eddy, New York City. It's a great little set. Have a portrait of Alexander
Hi,
Hamilton
Julie.
and one of Aaron Burr. And you're thinking, now what does that have to do with cowboys? Well, remember that one of these gentlemen was killed in a famous duel. So there you go.
Well, that's kind of a stretch. But anyway, we don't have cowboy glasses, so.
Oh, cowboy glasses, so this will have to do.
Cheers. I made
There
it
we
on
go.
time tonight. I don't know if I'll be on time next week, but next week's my last week of being late.
So get along, little doggies, get along.
I know.
Yeah.
Hi, Cooksville.
So nice to see
Yay,
you.
I'm so glad you're here. So we have another Camp Cooksville
Camp
video.
Cooksville.
Have you? Is it live yet? I was in a class, so I haven't had a chance to see, but I'll make it live on YouTube right now.
See here. What is the correct thing for Camp Cooksville?
You mean that?
Well, close enough.
Well, maybe.
It does not play Hello Muddle Hello Fada.
Mm.
I'm just telling you. It should. Really should. What a great thing. So, but
All
we
right,
have, we've
so
been,
I'm going to make our
launched,
Camp Cooksville video live.
I think 2 or is it 3 Cooksville videos so far?
Well, one, and I'm about to make the next one live right now.
Okay, so that's 2. It's hard for me to keep track because so many things are going on simultaneously. She's doing 4 classes simultaneously, which is why we're here a little later than usual. This one is like pow, pow, pow. I'm just working really long hours these days. This week, in order to get some damn things done, because I happen to be a notary, I had to meet people. So I met people.
It's live. I made it live.
Excellent. Check it out. It's Cooksville, baby. I met people in the big New York City, and I also met people in Westchester County. I drove to get things done. It's just things.
We've been all over the place.
It's it's been really long. But in the midst of all that, we managed to hit one of our favorite places ever, which of course is Keen's Chop House in New York City. We hit there at magic hour. It was like right before the bar got crowded. We got a couple of seats. There was a little like bar snacks that we were able to have.
Cooksville, yay!
And we had a couple of classic drinks in this classic 19th century bar.
Greg!
It's so cool to be in there. It
Hi,
just
Greg.
makes me feel very cowboy,
And
Gotta
Lisa
tell you.
and Errol
Hello
are here.
there.
Hello,
Hello there.
Mom. Hi, and Greg. Well, Greg, I'm glad you're
Cowboy.
here because this is our offering for the Cowboy Day Cook-Along. I will drop the link for Recipes for Rebels. It's not too late if you want to participate because National Day of the Cowboy is this Saturday. But Greg is the author of this gorgeous book, Recipes for Rebels in the Kitchen with James Dean. Fabulous book. I love this book so much. There's
so many great anecdotes, pictures, and whatnot. And, for a coffee table book,
it's a beautiful book.
Real classic coffee table book. This one has heft. It's got signs,
Hi, Jamie.
Sometimes they're a little compact, but not this baby. Heavy too.
Oh, Lisa says when Errol travels to Asia, he often gets asked where he's from. He says Oklahoma, and everyone in there reply, "Oh, cowboy country," because they know.
Howdy, Gavin. Howdy, partner.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta see if I missed any comments.
No,
okay, I didn't.
Nope.
But yay. Okay, good. I'm so happy. Okay, so hi, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Okay, I'm saying hi to people on 3 different platforms, but
yeah.
Okay.
Definitely got Cooksville happening over there on
Yay.
YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube and you're not commenting, feel free to. Of course, this is all one big.
Unless you're a troll.
All one big
shut up.
happy hour. And if you're a troll, drop them here so people can see how much of a troll you are. And if you're watching on a smart TV, you can't comment. Here's a way around that. That's a function of the thing. You just open up a browser on your phone or on a laptop and just go to town. You can comment there. That's fine.
But anyway,
so you can see it on the big screen, but you can still type some things in.
We won't just be making drinks this evening. We have our little indoor grill over there, and we'll be grilling some kebabs.
Just fired it up
Live on video. I'm kind of excited. So The whole story. Hi, Pat.
Hey.
So the whole story of these kebabs is we made them a couple of weeks ago, and we thought like, oh, great, we'll film it ahead of time and everything.
Way ahead.
And then we ate them.
We ate them.
So.
Well, we weren't going to let them sit in the fridge for a couple of weeks. That would have been.
So, well, and we didn't end up shooting the rest of the video, so we thought, well, we'll make them live. But when we made them, they were they're from. Let me get the. They're from Kitsch-en cookout recipes, and they are called Bronco Kebabs. I don't know if you can.
Probably
Bronco Kebabs, and Bronco Kebabs consist of beef, and tomatoes and mushrooms.
There you go.
They call for round steak, cocktail franks, and then mushroom caps and tomatoes. So we thought, well, what if we could make them vegan? So we will be attempting to make vegan Bronco Kebabs this evening.
We've already had the meaty version. It's really great.
The meaty version is good, but
those little like Hillshire Farms. Is it Hillshire Farms that does the cocktail franks? Those are actually very good, and they work really well.
We deal with trolls harshly in these parts. Hello, David, and hi, Opera. Good to see you.
I understand some of the trollism. I think it's unwarranted and unnecessary, and I refuse to engage. But you engage all you want.
I don't care.
You go to town on them.
They don't bother me.
If you want to take them out back and work them over, hey.
When I was young, they would have bothered me, but I'm not young, so.
Can't stop you. Go to
Whatever.
Town. There you go. So meantime, we're still enjoying a little shot of because, hey, cowboys, whiskey.
Mike says, am I hearing AC in the background? Well, apparently you are.
Wow, that's coming through. No, that's, I guess our little camera here has some really good microphones because it's picking that up.
Well, we started with a little shot of bourbon because why not?
And my throat was kind of scratchy earlier, so I'm kind of glad for this. That's part of the medicinal properties of the bourbon.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, all the fun people are here.
Yeah. We got the lot.
I'm so excited I was on time this evening.
Well, if you hadn't been, I would have held on before.
I know.
You've
been doing great.
As I have, to make sure that everything's ready for you when you come back in because you're doing important work in there.
I know. Well, hi, Rusty.
It's all important, these things.
Hey, Tex. Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
We were just talking about
that. Beef? We were talking about the lack of beef tonight. We're attempting the Bronco Kebabs.
Bronco Kebabs.
A la vegan. Oh boy.
Yeah, we made them with beef recently.
We did do this.
But then we thought, let's try to make them vegan. So I really think they're going to fall apart. But that's okay.
Some of it will fall apart. But
because we'll eat it anyway.
It has the same veg. This is actually heating up nicely. I think I'm going to throw some kebabs on. Yeah.
I'm actually glad we have the AC on right now because he's heating up the indoor grill. So
yeah. Some of that.
Oh, did you dust them with oil?
I will.
Oh, okay. Here, you want me to move this so you can, or can you see? You can't see the grill.
Can't see the grill.
You want to move it up here?
No. This is.
Oh, okay. Well,
we have to do this kind of over here.
I would say we should turn the grill so that people can actually see, but we'll bring the kebabs up.
We'll bring the kebabs, definitely. And I'll give them a little bit of Earl.
The impossible kebabs. Yeah, well, we'll see. Yes. Abra, yes.
Well, you got the vegan sausage, vegetarian sausage.
Yes.
And also the seitan, which was designed to be sort of like chunks. So that's standing in for the chuck roast.
I think the seitan was actually made specifically to fall apart.
Yeah, on the grill. So it's kind of like stands in and scrambles and stuff like that. We'll see just how well this does in there. And then you've got the still have the cherry tomatoes and the mushroom caps. I think they're little portobello caps, and they work really, really well.
I think they're just they're baby Bella. They're baby Bellas. Well, we'll have them up here shortly. But anyway, all you do is thread your beef or seitan and your cocktail franks and your mushroom caps and your tomatoes onto your skewers, brush them with oil, and then put them on the grill. And we're doing salt and pepper too.
Of course.
But, yeah, hail seitan, yes.
Hail seitan!
But in the meantime, we have some cowboy-inspired drinks to make.
That we will be getting to momentarily because a nip doesn't last forever. This wasn't even a full shot. I tend not to do shots, because the thing about shots is somebody pours when you take a shot. A shot is somebody pours when you take a shot. Somebody pours when you take a shot. And then after about 5 minutes you say, I'm on the floor.
I won't be doing any shots tonight.
This is the problem. A full drink. tall one, like, you know, a Collins. Or like a double old-fashioned with, like, you know, whiskey kind of a punch. Or with one of those tropicals. Or a cocktail glass. Or one of those little Collins size glass or the chimney size glass. You know, want a zombie? That kind of thing. All of those types of things.
I do have
it's a drink.
Collins-shaped drink to make this evening.
Well.
But I'm going to start with...
Starting it up.
Let's see.
Another thing about having the shot was I was guaranteed to have something to begin with, because sometimes on these broadcasts I start yakking, and then after half an hour it's like, you still don't have a drink in your hand. Is this all about you yapping at the audience, or are you going to show how to make a few cocktails, partner? So
which ones would you like to make?
Well, I'd be interested
and I'll make the others.
In the south of them. And scroll the other way. I'll see what's on the top there. I could do either with one of those. So.
I'll do, okay. So, to start off, we have a variation. Yes, Lisa, they're bottle caps on my dress. Good spotting.
Yeah, excellent. You can probably see some sprocket holes going on here. This is like my sort of cowboy day.
It's a cowboy
shirt.
Movies.
Cowboy movies. There's like a lot of Western action going on here. Cowboys and movies date back to within the first few years of motion pictures. You've, of course, got the great train robbery from Act 3, which is very early on, to show you how to make a cowboy picture. That, of course, was shot in the western end of New Jersey. Actually, no, it was shot in the eastern end of New Jersey. I think it was in Fort Lee.
I was going to say, didn't they shoot all those movies in Fort Lee?
Yeah, I mean, so it's absurd to think about it. That was the Edison facility. So basically, it's an eastern. About hilarious. But they have a real train, and they have a whole robbery, and then somebody gets shot. There you go.
Oh, Wesley, good question. Wesley Anson asks, how would you encourage guests to dress up for a classic cocktail party?
I like how this capitalized.
You know, I think if I really wanted people to be in the spirit of it, I think I would start just from the get-go. Like with your invitations. I think how you do it will really encourage people to dress up. So I wouldn't send an invitation via text necessarily. If you don't want to do like a paper invitation, which I totally get.
Sure.
You know, we have a friend who does these Evites for all of his parties, and he really makes them very mid-century and include photos and that kind of thing. And I think people will get the idea. But you can also say cocktail attire, or like vintage cocktail attire. Encouraged. I like encouraged. I saw an invitation for a party today. I forget whose party it was, thankfully, because I'm not going to call them out. Where it said, I do remember whose party it was, but I'm not going to say. That it was a must. The attire for the party was, he was insisting, and he would throw you out if you didn't wear it. Yeah, I'm not sure I would do that, but there's definitely a way. And another idea I had in the past was to have jackets available, like at 21, which is now closed. But anyway, like one of those places that they insist that you wear a jacket. If you have jackets for people who show up with it.
Jacket and tie. I remember showing up there once with tie, was like suit and tie without the jacket. And they said, "Sir, you need a jacket." I'm like, I left my jacket at the office. I had my tie. So they give me a jacket, and I borrowed the jacket, you know, whatever.
It just seems like something you would see on, like, Happy Days or something, but...
You know, another thing which would be good is if you do an Evite, you can do all sorts of things. You can even put extra bits and pieces in there. If you have a couple of pictures of, like, you and your partner in the appropriate dress with the appropriate drink in it.
And if you don't have a partner, friends. Or just yourself.
Or yourself. Just like saying, like, this is what, like, you know, this is a man, this is a woman, this is how, this is the classic way you might do it. And it's just like, this is what you might do. You know? There's a lot of variety.
That sounded weird. Anyway, whatever.
Well, I'm talking
weird.
I'm talking about dressing up. You know, some good how you might dress, you know? And there's a lot of ways to go with it. You could be talking like a sort of a Thin Man 30s thing. You could be talking like a sort of a 50s Playboy thing with a hi-fi on and a little jazz going on. You could be talking really late 60s where people start looking like rich man's fruit. And the dress gets like no less fancy, but still looks like it. You could be talking the cover of one of those like bar guides from about 1976, where it's like Spirit of '76 with SoCo. And everybody is still suit, like full 3-piece suit, and the gals are still all dressed up, and it's just different. It looks a little more disco. So, you know, that lasts all the way through that period.
Mike says, I went to a restaurant in Chicago once and wore a Herb Tarlet jacket. No one said a word.
Not a word.
Not to your face.
Not to your face.
But anyway, I would totally wear that era of clothing. So,
yeah. I'm good with all sorts of things because I have like a really nice suit that was like my work suit for a long time, and I also have the white suit. That is, I'm talking about the white suit, you know, with the platform shoes.
There's a woman who we bartended at a couple of her parties, and she did 50s and 60s, and she was very, very focused on her. I'm trying to think of the word, like from the get-go with inviting people to her party. Like it was going to be a 60s party the whole time. So all these people who really don't do vintage and that's not their thing still got into the spirit. I had to hand it to them.
Yeah, it worked. Oh, you know,
my girlfriend and I are trying to step up our parties. I love that.
Well, glad to give a couple of ideas. And the thing is, it's not like you have to like go and invest all this money and all this time. It's just a few ideas out there, and real suggestions are always a good idea, you know. Because at that party, you know, she did 60s and 70s. And
that's right, yeah.
The 60s party, some people like really went kind of hippie, some people went like very kind of hip, you know. They looked like they were at the Playboy Club, which really would have insisted on dress up.
I just remember there was one woman there who I would have just thought she did this all the time, and she really was saying that like no, she didn't, because she had the boots, she had it going on.
Yep.
So I just think that, you know, the lady who had the party, she really just was very into it herself. And I think it rubbed off on her,
It did. I recall that we saw her pre-party, and then she said, excuse me, goes out, comes back totally Holly Go Lightly. He's like, bang.
I think Amy, so Amy is saying on Facebook, years ago, an old roommate and I threw a cocktail party, and we went to $1 a pound and picked up sports coats and made any guy who showed up without a jacket wear one. I found women had no issues dressing up. I think I think you're right. I think the women are all about it.
The women are still have that in mind, no matter what.
Yeah.
Men have frequently gotten away from clothing, and that's a real shame because men's clothing has a tendency to not vary too much for decades, but look very classy. And it's not difficult to dress up as a man, you know? Just really dress up and look nice. Anyway, we need to make a thing.
Cowboy Day.
Let me make you a little bit of room
Cowboy
here.
Day cook-along. I'm starting
we'll
with...
the comments. You want to start with...
Just want to see the recipe.
This guy?
Okay, got it. So... there's a drink that had a big vogue in the 90s that I'm sure you all remember called the Cosmopolitan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Cosmopolitan went out of favor, shall we say. But I saw a recipe for something calling itself the Cowboy Cosmopolitan, and I thought the proportions were all off.
So you decided to adjust, didn't you?
I'm giving my own proportions, but this is the Cowboy Cosmopolitan as I see it. I'm starting with 2 ounces of tequila.
As I recall, the original Cosmopolitan was a vodka drink and got a heavy boost from being featured heavily on
Sex and the
City. Yeah. A lot of Cosmos going on there.
I did 2 ounces of tequila. This is El Jimador Reposado, one of our favorites.
I had a colleague once who was wondering why she had been so hammered the prior night, and I said, well, what were you drinking? Cosmos. How many did you have? 3? I'm like, that's 2 ounces of booze in each drink as a base. 3 drinks in which period of time?
But wasn't she had like huge glasses too, right?
Well, that's the thing. Like a Cosmo that you would make yourself might be sort of like a 4.5 ounce cocktail size, but in a bar these days, that's like probably an 8 ounce cocktail.
Okay, so that was 2 ounces of tequila, and I'm doing a 1/2 ounce of Grand Marnier. The recipe calls for triple sec, but
Grand Marnier is actually the original triple sec. However, there were so many imitators, they took the name off the label.
And
Marnier is just Marnier. It's really one of the finest of the lot.
The Cosmopolitan recipe calls for a lot more cranberry juice than I'm using. I'm using 3/4 of an ounce.
It's not one of those tall drinks in a hurricane glass.
And then it calls for a 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice. And I'm going to see what we think. So for those of you just joining us, we are celebrating National Day of the Cowboy. Oh, I thought he was trying to whisper something to me. Which is the 4th Thursday in July, and we're participating in the Cowboy Day Cook-Along, which is hosted by Recipes for Rebels in the Kitchen with James Dean. So, you know, I'm going to put the link to his Facebook right now. And then I'm going to shake this drink up.
And I'm going to shake the drink.
All right. But that is a big bottle. It is a big bottle, Greg.
Was that the tequila? Yeah, that's a 175.
And it's low. I don't know how that happens.
I couldn't even imagine.
All right, let me put your
fun stuff going on. Yeah, the truth is, we like to buy the largest that weekend. That tends to be a 175 because you go through it. Think about a 750. That is the size that used to be called a fifth. A fifth is what? A fifth of a gallon.
Fifth of a henny.
It's a fifth of a henny. Yeah, it's a weird. I take the fifth. It's a weird measure. Everything else is like a quarter of this, a half of that kind of stuff. And suddenly there's something called a fifth. There's a really strange history behind that.
I'm dropping the link on all of the platforms that are live right now.
Out. But circa 1980 or so, all liquor suddenly goes metric.
Hello, Brooklyn. I'm so glad that you joined us. Hello.
Excellent. Glad to see you. Well, I think that what happened was liquor companies had become very international at that point. They're like, why in the world do we have two different sizes for things? In the States, it's quarts. In Europe, it's liters. They said, sod all that. They just went to metrics. You can buy liquor in 750s and liters and 175s.
We got to catch up on comments.
I'll be glad
while I shake the Cowboy Cosmopolitan.
That for that. The large size is the 175.
Wow, those skewers smell good.
They're actually firing up nicely. I gotta tell you. Oh, excellent. Yeah, tape the floor. Pretend to open the door. Interestingly enough,
like Les Nessman.
I have never had a door to an office, but I had a cubicle that was pretty private because it had high walls. And there's a new building that
show glasses.
We do. New building that the company has moved to, and those cubicles are smaller and have much lower walls.
Thank you.
And if I have my way about it, I won't work there too often. But
I was going to say maybe you need to tape it like Les Nessman.
Yeah, maybe I do. Please respect the door. Yeah, he made a big deal about that, too.
Hilarious.
He made a big deal when people were hovering around his tell-tap machine.
Lift with your legs, I love it.
Big stuff. Yeah, interestingly, I do own a bolo tie, but I kind of forgot about it. So I should have gone to find that and squared that up, because that's kind of a very appropriate.
I have a
get
twist.
Along, little doggies, get along.
Twist. I like mine with a twist.
Yep.
Does anyone get that reference?
There you go. I keep it simple and I keep it domestic. Lift your legs on the
good.
Lift your legs on the humidor.
That's good. I like this Cosmopolitan.
Thing about this guy is that this is a bottle size that is colloquially known as a handle.
And there's no handle.
Do you see a handle on here anywhere? So you've got this big thing, and you're like, you have to have a pretty big grip to wrangle this. If it's full, you're like, oh, jeez, you know?
Oh my gosh, when it's full, I'm always so afraid I'm going to drop it.
Same with the Raidel. The wild turkey, as you can see, has a pinch here. So
right.
You can, like,
well, that's its handle.
And some bottles actually have a little handle molded in, so you can grab that and go.
That's the best.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Especially when you've had a couple.
Yeah. I want to be able to hold on.
This is saying. So, I like the Cowboy Cosmopolitan. Did you try it?
No. I tried a bit of the drink, but I should try a bit of the actual drink. So there we go. Cowboy Cosmo is not pink like a Cosmopolitan. We don't have enough.
It's a blush.
We don't have enough cran in there to really make it drink.
Hi, Janice.
You can always throw in some cranberry bitters. Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
Not
shake that thing, baby.
Yeah.
Night Ben.
Hey, Night Ben. So good to see you.
All right. So let's
awesome.
catch up on.
But definitely.
Okay, we're caught up.
Yep. We're good.
Awesome.
Well, I guess I need a little something because
the Cowboy Cosmopolitan, and there's a little sidecar.
Under a sidecar,
a little extra.
If you wanted to throw some cranberries in there, I think you could restore some blush to the whole thing.
It's a. Well, I didn't use much cranberry juice,
so yeah, much less than the usual.
Sunset color.
Yeah, there you go.
Why don't let's do that. Oh,
let's do that.
Here it is.
There we go.
Okay. Let's try to make a sunset effect. Let's see if it syncs. I think it is kind of sinking to the bottom. Look at that.
You don't have enough to make a really heavy layer, but I can just see that down there. Just like a little bit of red, you know, like that little red sky at night.
Effects.
You know what they say about red skies at night? Very pleasing. And there's something about red skies in the morning, I forget what it is. Maybe it's not so bad. So, interestingly enough, when we were looking around for cowboy-themed drinks inside Books of Yore, which we hadn't done yet, we managed to land on a lot of tequila. Side saddle, yeah.
Perfect.
Land on a lot of tequila drinks. That's a tequila drink.
I know, a lot of these things are tequila drinks.
It's a really good deployment of the Cosmo formula. That works really well. And the other thing about Cosmo is that you might get at a restaurant, they tend to overload on the juice, so you get this big sweet thing, and you're like, oh, this is good. Down it goes. You like another? Yeah, sure. Oh, that's good. Down it goes. And then before you know it, you're like, somebody call me an Uber. You know, you want the drink to taste like a drink, so you like enjoy it. You know, it goes down slowly. How nice. Yes, that's about the red sky. So what the heck? I found something called South of the Border Down Mexico Way, which obviously has some tequila.
Look at that.
So, and would you look at that? Elevator down.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, elevator up. And I'm going to ice myself to begin with. That sounded all wrong. So that I'm ready to shake.
Oh, did you bring the coffee? Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did find a coffee liqueur. So this actually calls for a shot of tequila. That's 1.5. So I'm reaching again for that massive humidor bottle. Do we happen to have the pony in the shop? We do, yes. Right behind you.
Yes.
That makes it a little easier to measure on this guy. It's got perfectly reasonable measuring lines on it, but I'm always good with a little measurer.
I want that skewer.
That skewer's coming up.
I suppose we should have brought some utensils.
Plates would have been good.
Plates would have been good too.
Just saying. And 3/4 ounce of coffee liqueur. Okay. Well, we can measure that here pretty easily. That's 1.5.
The bottle is so dusty.
Been kicking around for a while. This was a gift from, I think my sister went to Central America. It must have been Costa Rica. This is Cafe Rica coffee liqueur. And it is hecho en Costa Rica. That's what I can tell you about it. So it's good. Got genuine Costa Rican coffee.
All right, Amy's on top of the red skies at night. Red skies in morning. Sailors take morning. Yep.
You got the classic red there. What else do I need in this baby?
You need
lime juice. Am I holding?
The juice of 1/2 lime.
That's about 1/2 ounce. So a little less than the coffee liqueur. Sounds good. So basically, it's just a tequila sour with coffee flavor. That sounds good to me. So let's give that a whirl.
I'm obsessed with that skewer.
I realized we forgot something. I'm going to be right back.
Oh.
Are we at limes?
No.
We're not.
I bought limes today.
Okay.
I have a twist back here.
I'm going to do it as advertised. Be right back.
All right.
Yep.
You just try to remember everything and... I know. All right, catching up. All right, I think I'm caught up. Hey, as long as you're in there, you want to bring a couple of plates? He can't hear me. Got his head in the fridge. You want to bring a couple of plates while you're in there?
I would be glad to.
Small plates?
Yeah.
Maybe a fork or two? Okay. Oh, Amy grew up in a sailing town. Where did you... I know the basic area you grew up, but which town? Would love to know. Okay. So, for those of you just joining us, this is our Cowboy Day cook-along video intro. If you are interested in doing the Cowboy Day cook-along, please visit the Recipes for Rebels Facebook page or the Recipes for Rebels website because all the information is there. National Day of the Cowboy is this Saturday, so you're not too late. And I just want to share this book once again, Recipes for Rebels. This book is gorgeous. In the Kitchen with James Dean. But if you are a movie buff, you will love this book. It's not all James Dean. I mean, it's, oh, Sardi's. I have something to say about Sardi's in a minute. But so many people that he worked with and places he frequented. It's just really a beautiful Hollywood history book. In addition to being an amazing cookbook, and my bookmark is falling out.
Of course.
Sardi's. I walked by Sardi's the other day, and they're closed. And the sign in the window indicated that they plan to reopen, so I hope that that's the case. But anyway. Oh! Janice won this book. Yay!
Hey! That's great. We did have a contest with that.
Gorge. It's gorge. I love it.
Really amazing. All right, that's awfully full.
Earl loves 90% of his job. Today he endured the 10%.
I think I sympathize with that a little too well.
Thank you.
What can I say?
Hi, Aaron.
So anyway, I got to take a heavy draft out of this because it's a little full.
Oh, Marblehead. Lovely.
Oh, Marblehead. Ooh, that's nice.
Aaron says, I owe you guys some sauce, but we sold out. Well, that's great. I mean, I'll look forward to getting it, but I'm glad you sold out.
Glad you sold out. That's awesome. Sell out again. Eventually.
That's amazing.
Eventually, you can get us a bottle of the sauce.
Oh, Horror Film King.
Very happy to use it. Yeah. But definitely. Yeah, seriously.
Oh,
that's gonna have prizes.
Oh, Horror Film King. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Little, like,
Wesley, I don't know if you're still
incentive.
here, but Horror Film King is saying costume prizes should work.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea.
So the final of what I was doing with the drink is straight into a cocktail glass. I think you figured that part out. I want to get this oriented properly and garnish with a lime slice. That's a slice. I thought the wheel was the way to go with that. There you go. It's a pretty
beautiful
thing. Fine, post it to you.
So that's south of the border.
Well, that's a pretty obvious and highly reputable drink with tequila. It's got a nice sour. It's like just that side of sour sweet that I happen to like.
Oh, that's good.
And the coffee flavor is very
good. I feel like the coffee liqueur is making it a little sweet, but you've got enough lime in there that it's balanced.
Yeah, balanced out. You see a lot of drinks that will be like coffee liqueur, blue curacao, and all this stuff, and you're like, where's the sour? I say this all the time. Where's the sour? If you get one of these beach drinks with 20 different liqueurs and 5 ounces of vodka, well, that's a bad hangover. But if you balance it out, it's a good drink. Hello.
Hi, Aaron. We've got Aaron and Aaron. All
Aaron
right.
and Aaron. Hello, hello. Get all the Aarons in.
Good to see you, both of you.
Meantime, I'm going to stow this. I'm going to grab a plate.
Oh, it's kebabs time.
I think it's kebabs time. Ooh.
I don't have a coaster. Hold on. All of her coasters are in use.
Oh, mine.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to... Do you mind if I hand you this?
I don't mind at all.
Thank you.
I'm going to move this over and make us some room.
Okay, are we just going to share this one?
No, I got to play.
Oh, okay.
Yep. As predicted, some of the seitan fell apart.
Did you bring a fork?
I did not.
Oh, no. Hi, Ron. Good to see you. And Peter, hello.
Hello, hello. Hey!
Good to see both of you. All right, I'm going to start eating my skewer, but I really, really want a fork. Possibly even a knife.
I'm going to do 3 things here. First of all, you asked for salt and pepper.
Oh, salt. Okay. I thought we were going to do that on the grill a bit.
Oh, no. Okay.
When we did the original version of these, I salted and peppered them before I put them on the grill. But these are Bronco Kebabs, the vegan version, from Chicken Q Cookout Recipes. Thank you. Mm-hmm. The original version calls for round steak cubes, cocktail franks, mushroom caps, and cherry tomatoes. So we made that version a couple of weeks ago, and it worked out really well. I thought they'd be kind of boring, and they weren't.
They were not.
But then we decided to try to make a vegan version tonight.
And
see what we think. They smell good.
This is doing just as well.
They smell good. So
Putting
let's
a
try
second
it.
layer of kebabs on.
Did you bring a spork? Oh, Greg, let's find out. Greg says it looks yummy.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited that the seitan didn't fall off of...
Mine did.
Oh, did it? All right, well...
It's a little fall aparty.
It's a little fall aparty, but that's okay.
So.
Taste... Oh, you know why? Because I got the all sausage. The all sausage skewer. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this one's stuck.
All right.
I got the all sausage skewer.
Oh, that's why.
That's
why.
why.
You
All right,
did
let's
not
try
fall.
it.
I'm going to prop myself up here.
All right.
A little bit of
Is
saltness.
Is it hot?
Going on.
I'm starting with a
That's
mushroom
fine.
cap.
A little bit of pepper is never a bad idea, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And I did actually also grab
So
a
you
little
could-
hot sauce. No, that's a little Southwest
I'll
thing
take
right
a little
there.
hot sauce.
You will, yeah.
You could do the beefy version or the vegan version.
Yep.
Oh, good. Oh, you put the other ones on? Yay!
Yep, the other ones are happening.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to give myself a little hot sauce, too.
Grab a little seitan over here.
But these have chunks of seitan.
Seitan
Yeah,
is basically sort of like wheat gluten.
Chunks of... These are chorizo. Vegan chorizo. Mushroom caps and tomatoes.
I found that the imitation sausage, vegetarian vegan style sausage, tends to have a really nice flavor because you can throw in sausage spices, like usually fennel seed usually goes in there. Like you really get the impression of having an Italian sausage.
Hi, Ken and Jean.
Hey.
So, who put the sage in sausage? Sausage. I never thought of it that way.
We can put the sage in sausage. Sage usually belongs in sausage, I think. We got sage growing in the backyard.
Satellite. Good to see you. Hey.
We have a sage plant in the backyard that's growing huge
Oh,
leaves. Really
Steven,
nice.
thank you. And thank you for joining us.
Yep.
Hey.
Good stuff. Going to try. I was never a big fan of tomatoes, but you cook them down, and they're pretty brilliant.
Yeah, same here. But these are, I mean, when we made the other ones, these were good, so let's try. Okay, so Bronco Kebabs can be made either vegan or not.
I believe you can find cocktail wiener size vegan franks. I could be wrong. I believe that's a possibility.
We do have more cowboy drinks, and for those of you just joining us, this is our, I don't want to say entry because it's not a contest, but our offering for the annual Cowboy Day Cook-Along. And Greg is here with us, who organizes the Cowboy Day Cook-Along. He is
journeyman work, and
he is the author of Recipes for Rebels.
He's the man who gives you this book.
In the Kitchen with James Dean. And whether or not, well, no, I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not. Nope.
Not going to say that.
I'm going to say if you're a movie buff, you need this book.
Yeah.
I was going to say whether or not you cook, but it doesn't matter if you cook. You need this book if you're into movies.
Okay, so the vegan chorizo really got the flavor right. That's nice. I frequently say that at the end of the day...
Peter, I got it at ShopRite. I got the vegan chorizo at ShopRite.
So at the end of the day, the package and the flavor counts. If you have something that looks like a wiener and tastes like a wiener and actually has the actual texture...
Oh, it's so wrong.
No. Looks like a hot dog, tastes like a hot dog, all of that. Do you really care what's in there? And the simple fact is, what's in your standard hot dog? Things you don't want to know about. So, vegan dogs could be done, but definitely.
Hey, okay, Julie's back. Hello.
There are vegan burgers out there that are really ingeniously designed.
Oh,
that
yeah.
actually have the texture, and they've got like beet juice and whatnot, so they actually start to bleed. And I think it's a little gory for the whole idea, but it is simulacrum of beef, and it needs to do what that does. And
that'd be a good name if you decide to enter this category of foods. Simulacrum of beef.
Good name for a death metal album, actually. Come to think of it. Speaking of Peter, I think you can really get along with that.
Oh no.
Oh, this is really good.
It's also our dinner.
sorry to eat and run. Wait, we're not running.
We're not running.
We're eating
It's
steak.
also our dinner.
I do like these tomatoes when you really cook them down and just break it up.
Yeah.
It's like when I was a kid, I would never have done tomatoes, but on pizza, extremely thin, like paper thin slices. Throw it on and just char that up in the coal oven.
Okay.
Oh wow! Good stuff.
Lisa likes the vegan burgers. Hello, Annie. It's it's an indoor grill.
Yeah.
And we should have gotten it on camera, but
Well, a certain lack of room back. We don't have a bar that's
Yeah.
6 feet wide, as much as we should.
Upward, my good sir.
That's
I love
fine.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, Cooksville, it is good. I'm excited that these came out well. I had the idea yesterday and was like, this could go either way.
You never tell. Well, I tell you, the portobellos. If you don't like mushrooms or fungus in general, don't go there.
Fungus.
But if you're okay with that, they actually managed to get a lot of savor. And that's very important when you're just stringing up kebabs. It all should be fairly uniform. It all should be able to take the same kind of heat so things don't fall apart. The cherry tomatoes are just on the verge because they tend to get pretty mushy. But the mushrooms are great. And you can marinate these with whatever the hell you've got going on. They'll take on flavor. The seitan will take on flavor.
Peter's asking, what would be a good cheese to have for the vegan burger? Abra, can you speak to that?
There are a number of vegan cheeses on the market. They're made out of, various and sundry. I think pea protein is very popular.
Oh, okay.
We tried some of that.
Okay, it looks like you're getting responses, so
Yeah,
good.
yeah, definitely. Oh, and you're right. Way more than when you went vegan. 2014.
Oh, yeah.
This is like a 7-year period where things start to happen along those lines.
Blue cheese with barbecue sauce. Oh, that sounds good.
Now you're talking. Well, that has a real real.
Oh, Brooklyn, I
buffalo
made
wing thing
this
going on.
dress. Thank you. Yeah, it's a little bottle cap pattern. I made it. But if you're interested, let me know and I'll give you the pattern number. Yeah, it's like a simplicity. It's one of their sort of retro reproduction patterns. It's a really easy pattern to make. I'll let you know.
She frequently makes my shirts. She did not actually happen to make this one.
I bought him that one though.
But you bought this one, so there you go.
I bought that in Scottsdale.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Highly
it was a Western
appropriate,
store.
considering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm positive I have food in my teeth.
There we go. You got some good lineup of vegan
great.
cheese.
I love that.
Once again, the simulacrum of cheese. And we have like the other speed metal song. Boom.
Vegan blue cheese. That sounds good.
I love it. Blue cheese has that very particular flavor. You can imitate that.
This is great.
You've got that going on. It's good.
I'm taking
flavor.
in these suggestions too.
Sometimes you just want to go.
The sizzle is fizzle. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
There you go. It's actually.
Oh, thank you, Brooklyn. Yeah, I will find. You know what? I'm gonna look it up right now.
Take a look. I'll say like this particular side has
talking.
a lot of texture, and it's really giving you what you want, and something that looks like a beef patty. Well, this kind of looks like a beef chunk. You want something that's got some tooth to it. This does. Happy with that.
Right.
Seitan was going to take on any flavor you've got. It's like the soy protein. Some of us can't take soy protein. That's unfortunate, so don't do it. Maybe you can take the wheat. If you can't do that either, well, then we start to go to plan C.
Plan C. I'm
What
suddenly
works out?
trying to get the food out of my teeth.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, come on, it has to be available.
oh, it's definitely taking one. I will say that I have not been that impressed with vegan hot dogs because they tend to be made into things that don't grill well. But the vegan sausage tends to do pretty well. And I'm happier with that anyway.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah. Because they can put the flavor in there, and they can put the spices in there, and it's like, that's what you're after. This is the kicker. Nice thing.
All right, I'm going to find it because I'm positive. Okay, I don't see it on their site, but I'm positive you can buy it on eBay or Etsy.
That's the last one? That's not the one?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's the same line of patterns.
Yeah. Okay. We'll
it's weird that it got 2 stars. That's kind of strange, but...
Hey, online reviews, man. They're brutal.
I know, they are.
They really are terrible on you. All right. You're soaking up some of all this sauce over here.
Go away. I'm looking at all the images of patterns, and I'm like, I have that one, I have that one, I have that one. All right, I feel bad, though, because... Oh, here it is. All right. It is... The pattern number is 3833. Simplicity 3833. I'll write it down for you.
That one fits her very well, so it's like her standard A-line dress. And she has a lot of them.
3833.
There are 2 patterns that she makes for me in shirts. One of them is a standard shirt pattern that was fairly contemporary. And then you find a vintage shirt pattern that actually has the side vents and the yoke collar. It's like, that's really cool, and you make that for me all the time.
Hi, Doug. Doug is fashionably late.
Late again.
We gotta see your outfit if you're fashionably late. I'm just saying. Ooh, sriracha would be good with blue cheese. Yes, it would.
And sriracha sauce should be vegan as far as I can tell. I don't think there's anything objectionable in there.
Soy. Yeah, I try to avoid soy too, Amy.
Yeah.
Peter's asking, any spam on the menu? Apparently, someone has been doing spam, like a vegan spam. I don't know who, but I'm extremely curious. Satellite's been trying all the vegan items. I love it.
You know, they are available in your supermarket.
Hi, Gary.
In larger quantities than have ever happened. And really, these products are trying a lot harder than they used to.
Wait.
So,
Debbie says, my boyfriend made vegan spam sliders for a tiki crawl. May we get that recipe?
Like to share? Because we're glad to.
We're going to be grilling at Ohana.
Yep.
Paul will be grilling at Ohana. And
you might take over for a second.
I might take over for a second, but we need the vegan spam thing, because usually I do vegan sliders for the people who can't have the spam, but I would love to do a vegan spam. I think we need to get on that.
I think that'll be fine. We heard rumors that somebody was doing a vegan version of spam that tasted like human flesh. And I thought, well, first of all, how do you know what that tastes like? And can we arrest you now? And second of all, if you're actually vegan and you're not eating animals, you're not going to eat humans either.
Thanks, Hannibal Lecter. Okay.
So there's something very wrong about that whole concept. But a vegan spam that is attempting to capture the texture of spam itself with the flavors, it's like that should be possible. The flavor is salt and nitrates. That shouldn't be hard.
Oh, Doug has been gearing up to do some homemade spam canning this fall.
Ooh, homemade spam.
All right.
Spam can. Because we actually, the last time that we were able to do an Ohana, I remember setting out the call to people who is a big fan of the grill, the VL grill, because I will always go out there and I'll do the spam. We've been doing this now for about 9 years at Ohana. And I just started with like the standard spam products, and then suddenly people start bringing me cans. I'm like, oh, have you tried this? This is chorizo spam. Oh, this is Portuguese sausage spam. I'm like, that's the same thing. No, it's not. They're actually different spams. And then, of course, you get into like, I got this in Hawaii. Well, there's 135 versions of spam in Hawaii. I'm really glad if you can bring me those, because I can't get them. You know, that's awesome. But spam, actually, it takes marinating well, but it really doesn't need it. It's salty enough. Throw it on the grill, low and slow. There you go.
So
brilliant.
I'm so obsessed with this vegan spam thing. Just because it's a version of Spam we haven't tried. So.
I'm interested.
I'm in.
Can you get the texture? Can you get the flavor? Because there are a lot of Spam competitors out there. Imitations of Spam. Some of them go by names such as Prem, Click. What was the other one? There's a couple of Arbor makes
More.
More. Yeah. All these fun things. And we think it was MOR more.
Yeah.
And it was all this was just canned ham in a tiny little can. What is this? This is a side effect of making canned hams. You've got all this stuff left over that doesn't fit anywhere. What do you do with it? Grind it up, put it in a brick, gelatin, boom, Spam. That is Spam. If it's like, well, it's made out of plastic. No, it's made out of pork shoulder and salt.
Not made out of plastic.
And the idea that it's fully cooked, you could eat it out of the can. Yeah, but it's terrible out of the can.
Ken says, we have a 12-year-old can of SpaghettiOs. Should we open it to see?
That's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
Is the can actually inflating? I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it if it was inflating.
If it's not, at the end of the day, it's pasta. Does it have meat sauce? You know, that's the big deciding factor. Otherwise, if it's just tomato sauce and pasta...
Oh, yeah, Amy. Yes, haven't seen it lately. We had a period during the pandemic where you couldn't get Spam. Apparently, everyone went and bought Spam during the pandemic. But
survivalist food?
It's back.
It's craziness. During one of the last Ohanas, it might have been you, Amy, who brought a friend over who said, could you cook this can of Spam? I'm keeping kosher. And it was it was the turkey Spam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I said, I will cook whatever you bring me, of course, because you're the guests here, and I'm one of the hosts. And
the Underwood, Peter. Underwood deviled ham.
Yep,
yeah.
Deviled ham. And I was glad to do it. I pointed out to her that it is far from kosher, but it doesn't have any ham products. And you know something? That turkey Spam grills up so well. It's brilliant.
Doug, I have no doubt that you're right.
She was very happy. I was happy to do it.
You know? Meat canning is a whole other YouTube culture. You think barbecue has a colorful video presence? Check out home canning. I'm a little scared.
Well,
actually,
it's like canning anything. You boil the hell out of it to kill all the bacteria.
Now I'm just thinking of the Anyway, I shouldn't prejudge.
Yeah. You put it into your can, away you go, and it gets boiled again. There's a way to do it very safely. Follow the instructions, folks. It's like making beer. Everything has to be really clean, antiseptic, and then you start putting things together, and you put the bacteria in there to make it go. The yeast is what makes it happen. This used to be the magic part, but you can put yeast in yourself. People who make beer, we've made beer here, it's very good. It pales, little joke there. By comparison to people I know who make really great beer, like John Man in Rhode Island, he makes awesome product. Wow.
Your beer was good, but it's like the longer it sat, the better it got.
It ages for like another week and gets better. That's the end of the story. Oh, what do you know?
Thank you. Oh, Mrs. Malibu Lou. Okay, yeah.
Hey!
Yep. All right. I don't think I was there for that, but this makes a lot of sense now.
Oh, that was Mrs. Malibu. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Because she... Well, I don't know if she keeps kosher all the time, but she decided to that day.
She does. Nope, she does.
What if she does? She does. And the fact is, you can do that and be veg about it. You can do that and not be veg about it. There's a lot of variations there.
Nice. Okay.
Canned corned beef. Jamaican style bully beef.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I ate a lot of canned corned beef in my youth. I recall, like, in my teen years, that was a popular thing for a sandwich. And most of it came from Brazil. Most of the canned corned beef says product of Brazil.
Oh, Lisa says they love making beer. They've all been kids. That's totally fine. They've all been outstanding. Well, there you go.
I got the Mr. Beer kit years ago. I'm not going to say like, oh, this is the only way to go. They're not paying me to do anything. We just happened to get it. I used it. It worked It worked the first time. At the end of the day, beer is kind of like ice cream. It may not work exactly like you want, but there's no such thing as a bad batch of ice cream, you know? Well, you could put some pretty bad things in there. But ultimately, if you're trying to make chocolate ice cream and you got all the ingredients, it'll taste like ice cream. The beer's the same way. You really have to, like, forget to get the right temperature to activate the yeast or something. But it starts working on its own. And, like, after a couple of weeks, you try it, I'm like, it's terrible. One more week, it tastes like beer. Another week after that, it tastes like good beer.
Lisa says, planning to grow our own wheat for wheat beer.
Wheat for wheat beer.
That.
Now we're talking.
During the Napoleonic Wars, canning was a martial art, as was sewing. Yes.
The canning really came of age in that period, although it wasn't very good. A lot of that failed miserably. But the origins of canning date back to the Napoleonic era.
Okay, so who wants another drink?
Who wants another kebab?
Which one? I do.
All right.
I want another kebab.
Wait, please.
Hold on. Wait. Can you just... I don't have any place to put that stuff.
I know.
Another kebab. I'm excited about my other kebab.
Mm-hmm. Kebab too.
Kebab too.
You're missing seitan here. It's all out.
That's okay. My other one didn't have seitan, so...
Yep. So of course this stuff is tough.
Vegan Bronco Kebabs. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
It didn't fall apart as badly as I thought it would.
Could have been a lot worse.
It could have been worse. It kind of fell apart in cubes on the plate, so that's good.
Positive.
All right.
Positive factors. We have a little electric grill that I believe was branded Health Grill.
Yes, we got that for I knocked over the pepper.
Whoops.
We got that for our wedding.
Okay.
Here. No, it's thankfully I knocked over the pepper and not anything liquid. Yes, I would.
Yeah,
I would like the pepper.
We don't have much back here to knock over.
Oh, it's so tight back here.
But it is
I
pretty
moved
tight.
the bar back, so it's even tighter back here than it was.
Yep. So, got these guys going on. I'm going to try this straight up. Grilled seitan without anything else. I'm going to wait a minute to try that.
Hot.
But it's really great to have a little electric for the inside.
Hot.
Use that frequently. I was at a party recently. It's actually a gaming day party. And I had brought the spam for the grill, and the proprietor had an electric grill. It happened to be one of those George Foreman grills. It's a standing grill that's electric. Apparently not that popular back in the day, so there aren't that many of them out there. I thought it was brilliant. It worked really well.
Can you come up with a trivia question real quick?
We have an offer there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to do a book giveaway of recipes for rebels in the kitchen with James Dean.
Oh.
I've been talking about this book all night. It's gorgeous. If you're a movie buff, you need this book. If you're a cooking buff, you need this book. And if you are a movie and cooking buff, you need this book. But this evening's broadcast is inspired by National Day of the Cowboy, which is the 4th Saturday of July, which is this coming Saturday. So we're going to do a giveaway of a copy of Recipes for Rebels in the Kitchen with James Dean. And thank you, Greg. Thank you.
Thank you so much for offering such a thing.
You have a trivia question for our giveaway?
I have a trivia question here.
Okay.
And some of you will know this very quickly. This game is played by, we're going to have to monitor 3 platforms.
I will say,
where the answers come in.
I will say, if you've already won a copy, please don't participate.
I suppose you can give one to a friend too.
I know, but
in the spirit of. I personally would stand down.
So what's your question?
All right. So everybody, we have to monitor 3 platforms here. It's actually 2 platforms, but yeah. And the first person to come up with the correct answer grabs the prize, a copy of this gorgeous book. So this is actually, Emmy is a George Foreman grill. Yeah, I think Linda has too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hi Emily, good to see you.
Hey.
Ooh, we jar pickle, radishes, eggs, and little sausages. Like, oh my gosh, that sounds great.
Yeah. Pickled veggies are awesome. Great stuff.
Oh, Lisa says we give beer to a lot of people, one of which is our postman. Oh.
Excellent idea. Pardon me. So, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Just been to Quinn's. Oh, yay! Oh, I know. We're excited to go back to Quinn's.
Quinn's has some great stuff in it.
Yeah, Jenna says I won't play.
All
right.
So here's your question.
Okay.
This is not the most obvious thing in the world, but if you are a fan, if you happen to pay attention to the man, he didn't get too much time in the light because he did that thing by dying young at the age of like 26.
He's talking about James Dean.
Yeah. And how unfortunate. There are people who rhapsodize about what could have been, etc. Well, we have what we have, which happens to be a lot of live TV was archived because that was saved on motion picture film at the time, the Kinescope. So we got that, we got the movies, and there you go. But the man learned his craft somewhere. What acting school did he attend? Acting school, James Dean. This is the question.
I wrote this out, but...
Yeah, you did. You want to bring it out? So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you can drop that. That's fine. So, the acting school, anybody? You need to drop that for a second?
Yep. James Dean attended. Yeah, I just did these two. Right.
If you can tell us which acting school the man learned his craft at, you can win a copy of this book.
Close, Sabra. Close.
Oh, awfully close.
Keep playing.
Here we go. Keep playing that thing. I'll do a little more of this here. Deep, deep, deep. This is really good. I start to think that anything grilled is good. And I'm probably right. We're still playing.
We're still playing.
Acting school that James Dean attended to learn his craft.
Still not UCLA,
Nope.
not Juilliard.
Nope.
Good guesses.
Really good guesses. Also good
not
guesses.
Juilliard, not Santa Monica College.
Yep. That's good.
I don't want to. I have a big hint, but I'm not going to give it.
No hints.
Not going to give it.
No hints. You know it or you don't. The man figured it out by studying with particular people. Where was that?
Wait, hold on. One sec. No. Wrong.
Right.
Oh, we could list some of the other alumni to help them out.
Oh, well, what other alumni do we know about?
Well, let's see. Let's see if anyone... Wait, hold on. No,
Nope.
Close.
Very close.
You guys have heard of it. You know what? I'm going to give you, Stanislav, I'm going to give you a hint. You can go, you used to be able to go inside of it on cable TV. Inside the...
Just saying.
Yes. Brando Monroe. Susan.
Yep.
Strasberg.
Anybody? I didn't realize this was that hard a question.
I know. I thought it was a super easy question.
Inside
the actor studio, Amy won.
Amy gets it.
Amy won.
Fantastic.
Inside the actor studios. Am I the only one who remembers this show? Anyway.
Apparently not. Amy got that one too. So you are the winner.
Oh, Aubrey got it too. And Julie. Oh my gosh, you were all right on top of each other. That's why I hate contests. But I'm so glad you're going to get this beautiful book. So, congratulations. Send us your addresses if you weren't a winner, and we'll send you other prizes.
Fabulous no prizes are still prizes.
Woohoo! Wait, we have prizes.
We do? Oh, true. Okay. Yes. There are things we had.
All right, Amy won, but if you didn't win, let us know. We got a little something for you.
The also rans still win.
Oh, horror film cake too. Yeah. Yep. You got it.
Right. We'll check the notes afterwards and make sure.
Yeah. Send us your addresses if you got the answer. the unstabbable sausage. And we'll send you a little something.
I still like the vegan sausage has a really great texture, which I happen to like. I think it's probably primarily soy. That's going to present a problem to some people. So watch your ingredients, folks, as always. You never know.
Laura says, I never would have guessed the Actor Studio. The Actor Studio is still in existence, believe it or not. Doug says, I can only name engineering schools. Oh, good. Rusty says, I didn't win, but I do plan to pick up a copy.
There you go.
Yay! You'll love it.
Always available to you.
Yes. Gorgeous book, and thank you, Greg.
The other one that comes to mind, of course, is the Neighborhood Playhouse. I think a lot of alumni.
Oh, yeah.
We happen to know people who work there. And,
I interviewed for Neighborhood Playhouse.
Lot of actors you know went to Neighborhood Playhouse. Upper East Side, New York School. Well done.
What?
I don't know what's up with that, Aaron. Very strange. Usually
Hi,
they're
Phil.
really gunning for vendors.
All right. We're both busy chewing at the same time.
Sorry, I'm like chewing where I should be yakking.
Oh.
That's the idea.
Cooksville says, when can we buy Velveteen lounge shirts? We should do we did a t-shirt a long time ago. We should do another one.
Let's figure out a good vendor.
That's a great idea. Okay, so they said I wasn't tiki enough. What?
What are we talking about there?
What?
I remember one year, one of our friends, actually the man who makes beer, when he was vending, was his old Star Wars toys.
Look.
He had a bunch of stuff.
My seitan's falling apart.
I felt that.
You felt it hit you?
And he put that stuff up for sale, and he sold some things. So clearly, the crowd completely bears that. And a friend was selling a lot of horror stuff. Well, that's absolutely in keeping with this crowd. They know. So, I don't know what's
that's
that
really
all
weird.
About. Yeah.
Amy says, add pineapple.
Seriously.
Okay, so who's ready for another cowboy drink? Because this is our Cowboy Day cook-along video.
And cowboys, of course, were not known for teetotaling. So, we might just come up with another couple of things.
Do a little something on the range.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Rye on the range. With the vodka and the bourbon play.
All right, you know what though? I want the rest of my seitan. I want all the food.
I want the food part of the food.
I want all the food.
This works very well indoors on a grill, on an electric grill. You could put it outdoors on charcoal or gas.
Thank you.
Excellent effect.
So which one would you like to make next? And then I'll make the other one. We've got that one and that one.
I'm interested in the secrets.
Okay. So this is going to make a really big drink, actually. I'm a little...
As it turns out.
Oh, Lisa, you brought a t-shirt. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, okay, Emily. People are saying they buy a t-shirt. Okay.
Shirt. I think it's time to do another run.
Oh, Pat, we sold out of our bar towels, but if people are interested, we'll do more towels. That was fun.
Our towels were pretty easy. We just got product from that
super
same
weird, Aaron.
vendor.
I agree. That's super weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my next drink.
For my next drink,
I'll be making bull's milk. And this is a variation on another drink, but mind grabbing me a... I'm afraid if I... Anyway.
What do you need?
A shaker.
Oh, a shaker.
Thank you. I'm afraid if we both reach for the shakers at the same time, I'll end up bonking my head. Although this is probably not going to fit in this shaker, but we'll see. So bull's milk makes a huge drink. Going to start with 1.5 ounces of brandy.
Brandy, what a big variation there.
Another
tequila all the way.
Another handle that doesn't have a handle. But
I tell you, what is it with these companies that think, oh, you can handle it?
We're going to give you a giant bottle and no handle.
And you figure it out.
It's heavy because it's new.
It's heavy because it's pretty full, right?
Whew! 1.5 ounces of brandy.
That's a pretty good way to start a lot of drinks.
Get the cap back on it.
I'm very fond of brandy and drinks. I'm very fond of this brand of brandy right now. We use that frequently.
I don't want to have any misadventures.
Yeah, please.
So 1.5 ounces of brandy and 1 ounce of light rum.
This is fairly strong.
Much lighter bottle.
Yeah. Well, a liter size is not that much to wield, shall we put it that way.
It's going to be a large drink. Okay, and then 1 cup of milk.
Come right up.
You know what? I need some ice in my shaker, and then I'll add the milk. I'm using rice milk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be watching my potassium, so I've been drinking rice milk lately. So I'm going to dump this in here first because it was 1.5 ounces of brandy and 1 ounce of light rum, but then it calls for 1 cup of milk.
So you need to measure.
So, I mean, it's probably a lot different with actual milk, but I'm going to do my rice stream. Oh, I thought you said you'd open this. Anyway.
I did not yet.
Okay.
Pretty
1
fresh
cup of milk. I'm doing rice milk. That's a lot of milk. I feel like I'm going to do you know what? I'm changing it. I'm doing 5 ounces of milk. That's way too much milk.
Changes on the fly.
I'm changing it right now. That's yuck. That's too much milk. All right. I mean, nothing against milk, but no. It's not going to be good. Okay. 5 ounces milk. Okay, and 1 teaspoon powdered sugar.
Which you happen to have right there?
And of course, some of it's sticking. All right.
Inevitably.
Come on. Teaspoon powdered sugar. And, okay. Shake with ice. Vigorously.
Trying to multiply that sugar.
Yep.
I like that sound.
All right. So we need a Collins glass. There's one.
Happen to have one right
and
here.
And some ice. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put more ice in my Collins glass. Or Paula's.
I'll find you some appropriately sized
cubes.
cubes.
No, that's good. Thank you. Okay. This drink's already cold.
Doesn't need to be kept that cold.
Strain into my Collins glass, which has more ice in it. Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
Making it happen.
Wow.
What a straw.
Good thing, thank you. Good thing I didn't use all of that milk.
Yep.
And then
wouldn't have fit.
We're supposed to
do a little bit of garnish with
cinnamon and nutmeg on top. So,
careful.
Whoa. Okay, wait, no. Yeah, I caught that.
Yeah.
We want the shaker top, not the pour top.
We don't want half a pound of cinnamon in there. That would be a bit.
All right.
Whoa.
So, some cinnamon, and I'm going to use some. Not fresh. It's not fresh, but
freshly grated.
Freshly grated nutmeg.
You know, it's actually it's not that much money to get nutmeg nuts, and the grater is fairly inexpensive. This is one of these microplanes. This is the way to go. You get fantastically fresh nutmeg.
Half the spice is ending up on the bar.
And on the laptop.
All right.
Inevitably, it'll be, you know.
Let's try it. Bull's milk.
The bull's milk. No relation to the bull shop.
Well, that's good. I like it better than I thought I would.
Yep. I was wondering about that.
I'm glad I didn't have more milk, actually.
And this is a lighter style of milk because it's not like the Cowboy.
I'm enjoying it. I thought, like, well, I'll take it for the team, but it's good, actually.
It's quite all right, as it turns out.
Let's go back to her. Yes, like an eggless eggnog. Exactly, Greg. A good wife she would be. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Oh, rice milk, yep. That huge bottle, I know. Brandy, she's a fine girl. Oh, okay, Lisa said, oh my gosh, you'd have... All right, we need more merch. You guys have inspired me. We need more merch. T-shirts, bar towels. Maybe we could do a slightly different bar towel.
The bar towels, we didn't do a huge run of those because we really wanted to kind of move through them. We didn't want stock on product. We happen to still have stock on the Glenny wine glasses. They are excellent. They will hold a full Mai Tai.
Jamaican cowboy margaritas, Ron. That sounds great.
Hello.
All right, we need to do T-shirts.
But we can do the bar towels again. I thought that those were like a very simple run. The towel was literally 2 layers. It was like a cotton layer and a poly layer. Poly layer had the printing, held the printing really nicely, and the cotton layer was absorbent. So that worked out very well. It was a functional bar towel. And it had the whole great, logo on it. So heck, but we did manage to sell out of those. So
Joshua, we were saying today it was like a horchata, which we also have. Yeah.
Same brand of rice milk does make horchata.
Vigorous shake,
Shake rigorously. Strain into your cocktail glass. Right.
Oh, you cooked in an empty Spam can. Okay, I'm obsessed. Obsessed. We're back to the vegan Spam. Oh my gosh, okay. I would love it if you would share it with us. I'm obsessed. Thank you. Oh, Cooksville. Oh, you guys want merch? My heart is warmed. They want merch. We'll get back on that. We haven't done merch for a while. All right, let's do it. T-shirts, I think. And when we did our first T-shirt, we didn't have a cartoon drawing of Paul. It was just me. So we'll do one with both of us. Yay! I love it. Oh, Aaron loves the glass. Yep, we bought that. We bought that at Lunois, actually. Which, R.I.P. Lunois, but.
Yeah. With this glass? If I recall properly, that was actually Lee's, but Lunois had those.
No, Lee's didn't sell those.
Lee's did sell those, as I recall.
Lee's did?
Yeah, that's a Dynasty glass.
Yeah, but we bought them in the case at Lunois.
I could have sworn, well, who knows. Lunois eventually did have double old-fashioned glass sizes. They never got mugs. I remember talking to the proprietor. He was a great guy. He was really working this place the way that it was supposed to be. And I got him a couple of...
Lisa, that's a great idea.
A couple of names from mug makers that were not that expensive. And still, you had to buy such a case lot of mugs to make it work. It was huge.
I love that idea.
Oh, Collins glass. That's an excellent idea.
That's a great idea.
We have so far done the cocktail size, which was great. The pint size, which completely sold out. Actually, cocktails are sold out, too. And the wine glasses. The Glendroll wine glass was obvious. You've seen them. If you haven't seen them, I can display one right here. I don't mind if I do, because we happen to have some of these in stock there, fellas. This is like sort of a squared off wine glass. It's a really large wine glass. Like a Riedel makes one that looks like this.
Hold on.
Oh, gotta check it out.
Keep shaking your moneymaker.
Yakking about this sort of thing.
I'm gonna check because
it's a really fun design that we got our friend Don, who is our animator, actually managed to come up with this design with Glendora, with the whole like smoke cloud, sort of an Endora thing going on, and then the wine boxes which say fancier. This is some kind of brilliant. It's just absolutely crazy how good this is. And you get them all over the side of the glass is the full wrap. Our buddy over at South Pacific Promotions made these happen. They're brilliant. We have stock on these, so we'd be glad to sell you some.
All right. I just looked on our website.
And?
And it says we're out of stock on those.
Okay, that's insane.
No, the reason we did that was because the shipping is crazy. We need a shipping manager.
It's going stupid on us.
Yeah, so I think the last time we sold these glasses, I don't think we made any money because the shipping was
something stupid
all
happened.
Screwed up. So I think we just like broke even. So
we're trying to make them
if you're
more
a shipping
rational,
person,
so it works
we'd
properly.
love to talk to you. And also, if you'd like to buy any Glendora wine glasses, contact us via any
personal message.
We
will find out how to make that happen. If you are any kind of proximate, perhaps we can meet you. Yep. And if you are not, then perhaps we can find out how to get these to you without any banks.
Aaron, I'm sure you know. I feel your pain. I feel your pain on the shipping.
Shipping to get the product here in the first place, glass, weighs half a ton. So, of course, it costs you like all that. And if you have to ship it somewhere, I got to get these glasses to an event. Then it costs you another half a ton.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous to do that. When we did shot glasses ages ago as a premium, they're all sold out too, by the way. That was just so much just to get them here. And I think, isn't there some joint in New Jersey they can print these and I just go and pick them up? Jeez.
I did that.
I tell you.
I did that once. Ooh.
Oh, hello.
Oh, thank you, Ron. Yeah, okay.
Check it out, folks.
I love it.
The peach, the coconut rum, the OJ, pineapple juice.
Thank you. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
there you go. Check it out, folks. Something you may be interested in.
Yep. I'm sorry, I'm just catching up.
Thanks, Cookstop.
Yep.
Among other things, I need to shake another one up too because
imagine them filled with sauce. I know. The towels are out of stock, but we can make more if people are interested. We did a run of 36. I don't want to sit on too much merchandise because we are the fulfillment center. This house is a fulfillment center.
And
this house is
not going to bear everything, so we're trying.
Shipping rates are increasing in August. Oh no! No!
It costs. It burns.
Oh man!
Can't we just have your printer make this? Don't you have a 3D printer? We don't all have that now.
I do not.
One of these days, folks. One of these days. But glassware is actually really cheap to manufacture per unit.
Well, it depends on the
getting
glassware.
It to you anywhere inside the world could cost
Amy.
half a fortune. It's ridiculous.
Thank you.
So, it's really good if we can see you in person, and if we can't, we can try to figure it out. Sometimes you can package things properly. And I'm talking safely. I'm not going to I'm going to put this inside that small USPS box. Yeah, if you want a bunch of shards. That sounds dangerous. But
I've had that happen.
Yeah.
I've ordered things, and they just show
It shows up in pieces.
Yeah.
It shows up in pieces. Look at the gal on the screen with the dark hair.
Oh my gosh.
You know who that is? I just realized who that is.
Oh, we have Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. Sharon Tate.
Oh, yeah, Sharon Tate was on Beverly Hillbillies, wasn't she?
That's her right there with dark hair. That's amazing.
I was quickly looking for something that was the most cowboy adjacent thing I could find quickly, and I found Beverly Hillbillies, which isn't cowboy at all. But I feel like they knew cowboys, so.
Well, they're working hick, so you're right there inside the whole thing, fellas. Now I need to make another thing, and I need to know what's what.
Oh, Bezos projectile into space. Launch consent via Amazon Prime with Live. You're probably right. I don't have time to think about this stuff. I know I need someone to just tell me, okay, here's what you're going to use for shipping, and here's how it works, and here's the app, and good luck.
Away we go. You raise a good point. If you can launch something into space, you can get it anywhere in the continental U.S. in minutes.
Yes, Sharon Tate was on Beverly Hillbillies in a black wig.
Yep. We were looking at her minutes ago. It's amazing. Well, let me grab a shaker.
Pony Express pass it off like a relay. Exactly.
Sure.
So, once again, if you're just joining us, this is our Cowboy Day cook-along video for this year.
Featuring this book.
Hosted by Recipes for Rebels in the Kitchen with James Dean.
Get along, little doggies, get along.
Gorgeous book. Okay, I opened it up to Jim Backus.
Oh.
Chili Jimmy.
Oh.
This is why you need this book. Jim Backus. Hello.
Jim Backus. I mean, it's just like there's this crossing over two other genres.
James Dean, Jim
right there.
Backus. You know,
you're immediately getting into the South Pacific stuff in animation.
You know?
Just like that.
So.
It's so cool.
Fabuloso.
Grab on.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Sure.
Thank you for joining us.
Vegas. Oh, well, you know. I would do Vegas again in a minute.
I would too.
Hop in town.
Yeah.
But definitely.
So I am drinking Bull's milk, which is a lot better than it sounds.
It sounds like that should be a really bad idea. But when you look at the ingredients, it's like, well, it's just a tall milk punch with some rum added. So
my version has 1.5 ounces of brandy, 1 ounce light rum, 5 ounces of milk.
Yep.
1 teaspoon powdered sugar. Shake with ice. Strain into your Collins glass with ice, and then sprinkle nutmeg and cinnamon on top. It's actually really good.
The nutmeg and cinnamon that's a classic thing to do with just standard cocktails, non-milky things, but it works very well with this. And it does give you that horchata effect. But definitely.
Yep.
The same manufacturer of the rice milk that we used happens to be. Get out of there. Rice Drink. Not a sponsor. What we're using it, and it's good. Makes an horchata, which is very good. So
it is very good.
I'm going to go with that other thing that we're going to make.
Oh, thank you, Emily. We appreciate that.
There you go.
Lisa says, LOL, the Beverly Hillbillies. When Errol was working in Pennsylvania, his coworker was Phil. And they call him Philbilly because he always comes up with an extremely cheap solution to the problem.
Well, you know, folks who live out there in the sticks on the farm have very limited resources, and they have to be very economical. And blah, blah, blah.
All right, so there you go. There's your recipe.
Well, the last thing I came up with for today, sure, that's fine, found something called Cactus Juice. Well, that just sounds totally cowboy now, doesn't it?
Well, I think this is another one that we adjusted for our own tastes.
No, this is straight up.
Oh, okay.
This is straight up.
Okay.
So this one actually calls for 2 ounces of, once again, tequila. Cowboys are all drinking tequila these days.
All of our tequila.
Well, you know, that's the thing. Like
Gotta go buy more tequila.
The original cowboys, the gauchos out there, the caballeros, were actually coming to us from what was originally New Spain and became Mexico. And I believe they taught all of the cowboys in Texas. So there's got to be a thing going on there. They were cattle rustling back when was what, because all of those cultures were raising cattle.
When was what?
Yep.
2 ounces of tequila.
2 teaspoons. I have a bar spoon right here of the triple sec. Yep.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. It's got different things going on that don't make you think of cactus juice. Well, the tequila should. So 2 teaspoons. I think that this does measure up to be, I don't know, half an ounce or something, quarter of an ounce. Probably going to use up the triple. This happens to be the Grand Marnier, which I favor in such situations.
Did you use up our Grand Marnier?
As a matter of fact, no.
Phew.
We're saved for like
It's not cheap.
We're saved for one more drink. And 2 teaspoons of drambuie.
Oh, thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm gonna get that vegan spam recipe.
Vegan spam, check that
out.
We have a number of vegan friends who will appear at various parties, things that we throw. And we're glad to accommodate. We understand that you decided not to eat the stuff that normally goes on a grill. Well, anything goes on a grill. I just did zucchini the other day. It was brilliant. It just sort of like totally rendered itself. Great, great stuff. The fire makes the magic part happen.
So it's two teaspoons.
Drambuie. We're bombing the monkeys in Daiquiri. Coming in under the radar.
Coming in from the north, under the radar.
Ounce of fresh lemon juice. That's the lemon juice we're going to go for here.
Okay. That's a different movie.
Yep. So this actually might end up being quite tart. There's quite a bit of a pour on the lemon.
I like tart. I might like this one.
I might adjust slightly, but then again, we have robust stuff going on in there in terms of the sweet.
Did you get the bitters?
Dash of extra bitters. I didn't get. Well, okay, I can vamp while she gets the bitters. So a dash of bitters, which will probably end up being about a dash and a half because, oh, there we go. We're going to get an exact dash out of that.
I'm excited about this one. I like tart drinks.
It's got a nice nose going on. Yeah. The Drambuie happens to be a Scotch liqueur. Really? You throwing Scotch into a tequila drink? This sounds very strange.
Oh my gosh. Oh, print-on-demand books. I know.
Oh, yeah, right.
I know. People have said we should do a book. I know.
Working on it. Been working on it for years.
I like the print-on-demand idea.
Yeah. It's like the t-shirts. When we did those were manufactured on demand.
Yes. I like the print-on-demand idea because I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of books. I just want people to be able to print on demand. I love that.
You want it,
yes.
It's made, it ships to you. We're not sitting on boxes of books. That was a classic model.
That we had to front the money for.
Again, on a per unit basis, printing a book is fairly cheap. But you have to print 10,000 of them. So, like, book sales are like that. You have to, like, make sure that you pre-sell X number of units. Otherwise,
Thank
they're
you,
sitting
Karen.
there.
I love that idea.
So, did I bring a strainer? It looks like I did not. Oh, well.
I was like, don't we have strainers coming out of our ears?
Straight into a cocktail glass. Happen to have a cold one right here, I thought.
We don't want our cowboy tray to fall over.
No. We use both of them. Okay. So.
All right. We found this cowboy tray. Can you even see it? We found this cowboy tray in our neighbor's trash.
A little obscured.
Hello.
Get along, little doggies.
I know where we can use that. All right, I'm excited to try this one.
Yeah,
we got a sidecar.
This has a sidecar going on too, or a side saddle, as was pointed out.
Oh, good night, Pat. I know I have to wake up at 6,
so we're gonna have to make this.
I can't booze it up tonight.
I guess we're gonna have to cut this one like to a reasonable hour.
Let's see. Okay, Cactus Juice.
Cactus Juice. That balances out just swell. That's actually really good.
Oh, yum.
Cactus Juice.
Yum. I'll be having this for happy hour tomorrow.
And it does have like a very particular combination of sweet and sort of fruity going on. That's kind of fun.
That's good.
I like Cactus Juice. Well, put that in the repertoire.
I mean, nothing against the bull's milk, but that's really good.
It's a nice cocktail.
Look at all that extra he has. Oh, create space. Okay, I love it. Thank you. I'm so glad we said something because you guys are coming up with great ideas.
I don't necessarily know, and I don't necessarily have the time to investigate. And maybe you've come across this in your travels.
Oh.
Thank you for pointing it out to me.
Joshua was saying one of the primary hosts on our local home tiki bar crawl is vegetarian. So I love that.
Oh, hello.
I love that. I want to do I want to do it at Ohana because he'll be grilling, but like we need to collaborate on a video, I think. I love this idea.
I think that's what can happen. I am glad to talk to the chefs, the professional chefs, and the impassioned amateurs because you're working food the way that we usually work the drinks.
Yes.
We work the food too. Frequently working the food with these mid-century recipes, which are a little crazy. And sometimes it's just something we want to try that looks good and turns out to be great.
Yep.
So, we will work food and drink that way, absolutely. Definitely work with flame.
I love it. Excited. Because I heard someone was working on vegan Spam, like some company, but I'm like, haven't seen it.
Seen it yet?
Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet? You think that Hormel itself would simply say, look, all of you Spam imitators, we're going to take on the vegan Spam thing. Bang.
I know, it's just another...
It's another...
Category?
Category.
Is that the... Yeah, another category for them to be involved.
Hormel makes all sorts of products. Don't they make the Dinty Moore beef stew? And I'm sure they make a canned corned beef.
Who's Dinty Moore?
Who is Dinty Moore? I don't know. I remember that being very good added to rice. Yeah. Packaged.
I'm not the first person
Who is Dinty Moore?
Who is Dinty Moore?
popular heir, saloon keeper, and fabulous cook.
Okay.
Oh, that was created by, it's in the comic strip Bring Up Father.
Okay, so Dinty Moore was not a real person.
Dinty Moore. Big fun. Excellent. So we've been talking tonight about vegan kebabs, which we had, and like they're totally gone. Sorry.
Oh, Dano.
Hey.
Just home from a gig. Yay.
Ooh, hello.
I
hello,
love
honey.
it. Love it.
That's the best place to be. You couldn't watch the rest of this episode because you were playing live. That's awesome.
Best.
I kind of love that.
Best.
Yeah, I had to miss your thing
Vegan
because.
zombie. Okay.
Yep.
Love it. Love it.
Vegan zombie. Oh, okay. Big fun. Big fun. That suddenly made me think about the non-alcoholic drinks and the alcohol-free zombie. I've got to try that sometime. Make that work properly. Now, since we have actually...
The alcohol-free... I just heard that.
Yep. Since
the what now?
This is the place where we pioneered the alcohol-free martini. Which is very good. So I think we could take on the alcohol-free zombie, yeah. We'll try that out.
Wow, you just threw down.
I'll try it out.
The alcohol-free zombie.
The zombie is not necessarily about the liquor, it's about the flavors that are in there.
It's like
if you can get the flavors.
Booze.
Yeah.
Booze.
Booze. And then
booze.
And then
booze.
Your liqueurs. And then your juices.
Liqueurs also have booze. Just saying.
Yeah. But the liqueurs are about flavor. They're about preserved flavor. It's like, do I have that orange flavor?
Preserved in booze.
Yeah, there's that cinnamon flavor. And it's exactly like, to my mind, all you chefs out there, this is like the vegetarian or vegan sausage. What makes it taste good? The spices, the flavors in there. It doesn't have to be the meat.
Well, yeah. And don't you have to use liquid smoke?
That's a very good idea for such things.
Isn't that a thing?
That works very well. A lot of sausages are smoked for preservative purposes. So if you do that with the vegetarian sausage, you get that flavor.
The umami.
The umami is something that you can get many places. Mushrooms actually contribute a lot of umami flavor. And soy sauce tends to have an umami flavor.
But if you're up for soy.
If you're up for soy. If you're not up for soy, go somewhere else.
So, yeah.
Yeah. You got to substitute.
No, I get it.
Some people cannot do the seitan because they're like, oh, gluten sensitivity.
I
know.
Anthony DiMartini, good to see you. I know, like, we all have things we have to avoid.
Got to watch out for these things.
Yeah, they do. They taste good due to the spices, I was saying. Yeah, exactly.
I've noted for a long time that if you make shrimp, if you boil shrimp and just have shrimp straight up, no cocktail sauce, it's like, not that great.
It doesn't taste like anything.
It's a bottom feeder, so essentially it kind of tastes like dirt.
And it doesn't. I've never noticed that, but I will say that you got to do something with it.
Catfish, same way. It's bottom feeder, but you dose it up properly with your usual, Cajun spices. Brilliant. That's the thing.
MSG is amazing for easy umami. Yes. And I love that vintage recipes include a lot of MSG.
They call for accent.
They weren't stupid.
Let's just say that. A lot of the vintage recipes have a lot of meat products and then the MSG, and I think you don't really need that with the meat products.
Exactly.
With things that are lacking that, you might be interested in.
Oh, Amy's saying coconut amino acid is a soy sauce substitute. I will look for it.
That reminds me about, are you vegan, but you happen to like meringue? Well, meringue is egg whites. That's all it is. Egg whites and sugar,
What?
So how the hell are you going to get that to happen vegan?
Aquafaba.
You grab a can of chickpeas and you drain it. Save the fluid and you whip it. The fluid has enough texture that it will actually emulsify into a whip.
Aaron is saying MSG on steak is next level.
And when you do that, you can you take that whip and you can bake
chickpea water.
Rice.
I've done that. I've made vegan mayo from Aquafaba. I made vegan meringues from Aquafaba.
The vegan meringues were indistinguishable from the real product.
Oh yeah, no, you can't even tell the difference.
I took them to work and I said, by the way, not only vegan but kosher, because this is guaranteed. No, it's just vegetarian stuff.
Yes, Aquafaba.
This is the term that was derived by the New York Times, but it's as good as any. And it's just some chef decided what the hell am I going to do with this water that I soaked the chickpeas in.
Well, I love that chef.
A waste product suddenly becomes something you can use for a brilliant deployment. That's awesome.
I was loving this discussion. I'm so happy. Yay. I'm glad we did this.
It seems to me like you could take that and also put it into cocktails for that, like that foamy head you would get out of using egg white. I don't want to use egg white. Well, maybe the Aquafaba would work. I haven't tried it.
I've enjoyed these skewers. I really have.
The skewers were good. The skewers are like totally gone. I'm looking at 4 bamboo skewers over here saying, well, that was good.
Gone.
Yep.
Eat them all.
Yep. Guaranteed. The vegetarian Bronco Kebabs are very good. If you would like to do that with beef, well, we tried that. It was excellent. You know, we also recently went to our farmers market for the first time in a long time, and found out that there were all sorts of vendors for vegetables, and there was a vendor making cookies, and there was a vendor who was just dispensing beef from the actual farm. We grew the cattle, we slaughtered the cattle, cuts of beef.
And there was someone making pizza out of the back of his truck, which was...
Fresh pizzas, it's crazy.
Kind of inspiring.
Looked awesome.
So, the Bronco Kebabs were inspired by chicken Q cookout recipes. Mm-hmm. I don't know a year, but it was inspired by Bronco Kebabs, which were round steak cubes, cocktail frankfurters. Mm-hmm. I was going to say wieners, but...
Cocktail wieners.
Same thing.
Oh boy, wieners.
Mushroom caps and cherry tomatoes. And we did it with seitan cubes, little chunks of vegan sausage, mushroom caps, and cherry tomatoes. And and still really good. Really good. You just brush it. You put them on your skewers, brush it with oil, salt and pepper. So good. So good. Very
simple. Just a little oil on top.
Ooh! Abra says you can use Aquafaba for drinks, calling for egg whites.
You tried this.
I'm trying that.
Glad you tried that.
Trying it.
It seemed like that should have been totally possible, because all you're doing with the Aquafaba is emulsifying it. If you put it in your mix master, it's just going to whip some air into it. And if you put it in your shaker, you're doing the same thing. So that's great that works that way. The other stunt, if you're good with pineapple juice adds foam. So if you have a drink...
Pineapple juice is vegan.
I know, but I'm just saying that, like, I don't want to use egg whites, but, use pineapple juice. Try a drink with that. Shake the hell out of it. Pour it in. You'll get a foamy layer. The pineapple adds the foam. You might be using that anyway. I hope you can use pineapple juice, because that's part of the stuff. But that makes me think of such a drink as the Royal Hawaiian, which is a tropical cocktail size, gin-based, which is pretty amazing. And that actually has pineapple.
Well,
and you end up with a foamy layer. Yep.
You're all about the gin.
A lot of the original tropical cocktail size, the cocktail size drink from the 20s, were gin-based. There might be a really good reason for that.
So, once again, this is our Cowboy Day cook-along video, hosted by Recipes for Rebels in the Kitchen with James Dean. I did drop the link, so if you're interested at all in movies and cooking, you need this book. So go to Recipes for Rebels. Thank you so much for having the Cowboy Day cook-along. It's not too late if you're interested in the Cowboy Day cook-along. Yeah.
Cook-along.
Because it's this Saturday, National Day of the Cowboys. So
not too late, partner.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten to Cowboy Day yet.
Visit the website and check it out.
You can rustle yourself down to your local
Amy's asking,
country store.
Amy's asking, what's in a Royal Hawaiian again? So
okay. As I recall, what you want to do with that is 2 ounces of gin. Your favorite gin will do swell. You want half an ounce of orgeat, half an ounce of the pineapple juice, and about half an ounce of lime juice. I tend to add orange bitters as well because I'm that way. Makes it a cocktail. Shake, strain, cocktail glass. There you go. Some recipes will have more juices going on. I think those proportions work very well. It's a sour with the orgeat. And if you add the bitters, it actually really punches up that orange flavor. It's nice. And at the end of the day, I've served that at parties where people didn't know what the hell it was. And they were like, this is the best tropical cocktail I've ever had. So I'm like, obviously it's a winner.
It's really good.
Obviously it's a winner. The pineapple juice gives it that layer of foam. It looks brilliant. The lime juice balances it out. It's really a nice drink. So.
Elizabeth is saying the Golden Tiki in Vegas has a rum cocktail called the Black Betty that features Aquafaba. I love it.
Hello.
Kid is saying the lounge has more breadth and depth than Cowboy Cosmopolitan, or its territory needs well-stocked bar. Well,
you know, when you're out there on the range for miles and miles and miles of Montana.
I want a large bar.
At the end of that ride, you want yourself a large drink, my friend. And there we had it. I'd like a raw Hawaiian. What?
Raw
Hawaiian?
No.
We're nowhere near Hawaii. I'd still like one.
I'd like one.
I kind of feel like one right now.
I know. I know.
Suggestible? Well, you know, it's a classic.
I've got to wake up at 6. I'm just saying.
Classic
I gotta wake up at
for
6.
a reason. Classic for a reason.
I don't have to look good, but I got to wake up at 6.
Yep. So, anyway, folks, this has been an awesome Cowboy Day cook-along.
We're signing off. Okay, I guess we're signing off.
We made some great things. We
yes,
foisted on you.
Hi, Diane.
Hey, Dan. Hello. So nice to see you. And all of our Patreon sponsors will see all of these recipes tomorrow.
If not sooner.
If you are not currently a Patreon sponsor and think, what's that? I'd like to sponsor you. Go to patreon.com/Velveteen Lounge. Okay. Drop it on them. Make it easy. And you can also help us to produce these little epics on a Thursday night.
These are little epics.
We find a fun theme. We come up with 4 or 5 drinks. We might have some good tunes. We find some good visuals, and we go with that. And good discussion follows. We have had great discussion tonight about drinks and food. We suddenly got on Aquafaba. This is a specific food product that you can use that actually substitutes for egg white. And apparently we'll do that anywhere. That's fantastic. Vegan, kosher, these types of things. It's great to have a product that does that. It's great to have a product that does that without any hassle.
You gotta catch up.
You know?
We're behind on the conversation.
We are in an age of food allergies, so you have to think about these things. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you never heard of... Oh, Anthony! Wow, okay, good.
Oh, wow.
I'm so glad we introduced you to that.
I forget we could probably figure out who this was.
Baba.
Who managed to discover that you take the water from the chickpea can and you whip that up, and suddenly you've got this foam that works exactly like egg whites.
All right, I'm so glad you liked it. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys like this. Thank you. So please drop by Recipes for Rebels.
This is the meaning for why we're here, period.
Cowboy Day Cook-Along.
Oh, man.
I'm so excited. I love the Cowboy Day Cook-Along. It's just so much fun.
It's still 2 days in the future. You could join the Cook-Along.
And I know that you're out there, you movie buffs. Mm-hmm. You need Recipes for Rebels in the Kitchen with James Dean. This book is gorgeous, and it has... We've made a lot of these recipes by now, and they're amazing.
All sorts of celebrities' recipes for fun stuff. Great anecdotes about, like, travels with James Dean. He left us way too soon.
Yeah.
But the legacy is some really good work.
Yeah.
You know?
Way too soon. But the book is incredible. And the Cowboy Day Cook-Along is so much fun. So I'm so glad
it's a fun little thing to participate in.
I'm happy.
As
all right,
always,
I guess we need to...
About that time.
I gotta wake up at 6.
So what are you giving you the hard sell?
Standing on my cord, though.
Standing on my cord.
Standing on my cord.
thank you all for joining us on a Thursday evening. It's a little later than usual. I'm so glad you could be with us this whole time.
I know. In August, we will be back to Wednesdays.
Revert to our typical schedule, and where we go.
Yes.
But I'm glad you could join us on Thursday because like 12 other things weren't happening. Maybe they were anyway. I don't know. But,
Lisa, that means so much to us.
Oh yeah.
Look forward to this time of the week. That makes me happy because
so many people here have already got this cookbook and are enjoying it. It's a fun thing. It has recipes. It
makes me happy.
It's like one of these books with a little something extra.
We've both been crazy with work and stuff, and like.
Still.
I'm not gonna lie. Like this, it means a lot. It means a lot.
I walk into tomorrow knowing I have 10 things to do before noon. Big fun.
Yeah. So
many people are in the same straits. Well, power to you. Keep the faith, baby, because these things are definitely getting better. We're glad that we could throw you a couple of great recipes and some fantastic drinks at you.
Everything worked out tonight. I feel like that.
It worked out very well.
Something was shining down on us because
your class ended early.
The drinks were my class ended early, and the drinks were all great, and the kebabs were awesome. So
the kebabs were really good.
Yay!
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting. We've had a lot of vegan things these days, which are very good. So I was expecting it would be reasonable. It was much better than that. It was fried up nicely. It fried up nicely.
Yeah.
Look, Spam itself, when you actually take it out of the can, is pretty mediocre. You fry it, brilliant product. That's the fact, Jack. So, anyway.
So
I can say goodnight all night, but at the end of the day.
I know. I'm like, oh, dear God. Anyway. Thank you for joining us.
Keep a song of joy inside your heart.
Don't know. I'm gonna cry. Don't sing any sentimental songs. I'm gonna cry. Anyway, thank you for joining us. And
we will come up with a fantastic theme next week. Watch
Glendora will be here on Monday.
Interestingly enough, but true. Another fine thing going down.
I think she'll be here on Monday.
Who knows what's happening?
Glendora will be here sometime next week.
Who knows what's happening in Glenny's world?
Sometime next week, Glendora will be here. We will be here again next Thursday at 9 p.m.
Yep.
And we will have another Camp Cooksville video next week.
Yep. Definitely for you.
Yeah. In the meantime, I think in August we'll do another live brunch.
Oh, yeah.
When there's a little less going on. Everything is like at the end of July. Everything cuts off.
When things calm down a bit, we always start thinking about cracking open a bottle of bubbles and lying back on the couch.
I think another live
and
brunch.
Talking about something that might be cartoon based and might be something that's based on those. We'll talk about it. Discuss amongst yourselves.
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk. Definitely.
So, oh my gosh. So good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Keep safe, as always, whatever is happening out there. And as always, we